Dua Lipa, a teenager with dreams larger than her London flat, stepped onto the clamoring streets, her soul thrumming with anticipation. The city, with its never-ending symphony of honking taxis and chattering crowds, was a stark contrast to the quiet streets of Kosovo she had left behind. This was the battlefield for her ambitions, where every melody she composed and every note she sang was a weapon of change. Today was the day she had been waiting for, her first real performance. The venue was a modest coffeehouse tucked away in a corner of the city. The faded sign above the door read, "The Acoustic Brew." The place was a haven for dreamers like herself, a place where poetry met melody, where stories were told through the strum of a guitar, and where hope was brewed in the form of songs. She stepped inside, inhaling the familiar scent of coffee and old wood. The owner, a burly man with a grizzled beard and gentle eyes, greeted her with a nod. "Ready for the big day, Dua?" he asked, his voice rumbling like thunder. She nodded, her heart pounding in her chest. "As ready as I'll ever be, Joe." Her set was scheduled for late in the afternoon. The cafe was already buzzing with people, some with their noses buried in books, others engaged in hushed conversations. As she waited, Dua strummed her guitar, her fingers dancing over the strings, each note a balm to her mounting nerves. As the hour approached, Dua couldn't help but overhear two patrons at a nearby table. "I heard the talent here is exceptional," one said, a man with a sharp suit and sharper eyes, a music producer, perhaps? "Let's hope so," the other replied, a woman with a brilliant smile. "I need a new voice for my next project." Dua's heart skipped a beat. This was her chance. The room hushed as she took the stage, her guitar slung over her shoulder. The spotlight was harsh, the faces in the crowd obscured. She took a deep breath and strummed the first chord. Her voice filled the room, resonating with each note, each lyric a piece of her soul. As the last note faded away, the room was silent. Then, like a dam breaking, applause filled the cafe. The man in the sharp suit was on his feet, clapping enthusiastically. The woman with the brilliant smile was beaming. "Bravo!" the man shouted over the applause. "Bravo!" Dua grinned, her heart soaring. This was just the beginning. As Dua descended the stage, the applause still echoed in her ears. The exhilaration of the performance hadn't faded, and her heart was still racing as if she had just run a marathon. A sense of satisfaction washed over her, the sound of her music, her deepest emotions crafted into melodies, had captivated an audience. Dua moved through the crowd, shaking hands, accepting congratulations. She thanked each one, her gratitude genuine and heartfelt. But her eyes kept drifting towards the man in the sharp suit and the woman with the brilliant smile. The potential opportunity they represented was electrifying. Eventually, her path led her to their table. The man extended his hand, his eyes gleaming with admiration. "That was an exceptional performance, Miss Lipa," he said. "My name is Richard, and this is my associate, Marianne." Marianne smiled at Dua. "We were hoping to have a word with you, Dua. We think your talent is remarkable." Excitement bubbled within her, but she kept her expression calm. "Thank you. I would be happy to talk." They discussed her music, her aspirations, and her inspirations. They were enthralled by her story, a young girl from Kosovo, driven by her passion for music, navigating the complex maze of the London music scene. They saw the raw talent, the potential that she had always believed in. Richard and Marianne were indeed music producers, scouting for fresh talent for their next big project. They believed that Dua could be the voice they had been searching for. They offered her a chance, a small gig at first, an opening act for a more established artist. It was a stepping stone, a chance to gain exposure, to reach a larger audience. Dua's heart pounded in her chest. This was it, the breakthrough she had dreamed of, the opportunity she had moved back to London for. This was the moment that could catapult her career, the moment that could transform her from an unknown artist performing in a small cafe to a rising star. She remembered her parents, her father's rock music, her mother's voice, the origins of her own passion for music. She remembered the support they had provided her, the belief they had in her talent. She felt the weight of this decision, the significance of this moment. With a determined nod, Dua extended her hand. "I would be honored," she said, her voice steady. Richard and Marianne's faces broke into broad smiles, their hands meeting hers in a firm handshake. The cafe, so loud and bustling moments before, seemed to quiet down, the world narrowing down to this single moment. It was a promise, an agreement, a contract sealed with hope and ambition. As she left the cafe that evening, the sky a canvas of twilight hues, Dua felt a sense of accomplishment. She had taken the first step towards her dream, a significant stride in her journey. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges and hardships. But Dua Lipa was ready. She was ready to chase her dreams, ready to create music that would touch hearts, ready to leave her mark on the world. That day, a star wasn't born, but it was undoubtedly set on its path to shine.